Hello, it's DeeRob. You're tuning in to RMP.
Fresh off the success of Deuces Wild, the biggest card in league's history, we are sitting down with DeeRod to break down what it takes to run a top-tier battle league. We are talking about the highs and lows, organized events, the challenges of managing the battlers and its crowd. We're going to be asking what the vision is moving forward with Dangerous Ground set for April 19th. What can fans expect next? How does he plan to elevate the game even further? Plus, we'll get into his top battles of all time and his top battlers of all time. All right, DeeRod, how are you?
I'm great, sir. How about yourself?
Man, I'm living. So please tell me what inspires you to start a battle rap platform.
So realistically, I grew up rapping. I used to battle rap on the corner. A lot of that. It was just being outside and doing it myself.
Yeah.
And I moved out here. You know, that was back in St. Louis. I moved out here to Alabama. And I started Barz Over Bullshhh. It actually was just a music platform, period. It was not battle rap.
Yeah.
So I did a cypher. Before I did the cypher, my host, Black Sky, he would always ask me to do battle rap on the platform, and I just wasn't. I'm like, nah. But he kept pushing and kept pushing. I'm like, nah. And then I did a cypher, all-female cypher. And D-Rain was in that cypher. And D-Rain used to always talk. She like, hey, I want to try battle rap. So that kind of just, I'm like, yeah, all right, everybody talk like that.
Yeah.
But then she said that shit like 3, 4, 5 times every time I seen her. So I was like, well, let me just give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? My man that told me to do it. She keep talking about it. Let me see. So we wound up putting on a test card.
Got you.
It was D-Rain versus C Pressure and Low Eye versus Alani.
And that was in that all-white room, correct?
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. So it was a little different.
Now, is that the first event that you ever threw, or is that the first one you threw here in Alabama?
No, that's the first battle rap event I've ever thrown. Period.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
And
So
it was a private event. Wasn't nobody in the room. It was the people who did the cypher, and then just those 4 battle rappers, the folks that were shooting. It was really a closed room situation.
Got you. So it's only like a, what's it called, a hearsay? Or like a...
No, because we still put the battles out. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
We just didn't, with it being my first event and knowing how battle rap goes, you know, I just wanted to control the situation.
So what has been your journey so far, starting from St. Louis to now?
It's been decent. It's been a decent journey, man. Coming to Huntsville is like a whole different environment, like from what I come from. So I feel good here. You know, a lot of the stuff we kind of got into at home, we don't really get into here.
Yeah.
So the journey in my music, a lot of that has changed. Like a lot of people be like, man, DeeRod, you can't rap now, because back home, different environment, different person, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of stuff going on. I was an angry guy, you know what I'm saying? So I used to rap about that.
Yeah.
Now, getting to Huntsville, you know, I live you know, the whole environment is different, so I don't rap the same.
Got you. Yeah.
So, the journey's been different. It's been ever changing. But it's been great though. Like, it's been a cool little journey from Huntsville to St. Louis, and my music there to my music here.
Yeah. How do you think battle rap has changed in your aspect from there to here?
So in St. Louis, we have like a prevalent battle rap scene.
Gotcha.
Like it's heavy. Huntsville, we didn't have none. So me bringing battle rap to Huntsville, totally different. You know what I'm saying? So when we first started, we got battle rappers, but we're actually building battle rappers.
Right.
In St. Louis, it was already battle rappers. Like they come in already battle rapping. So it's something totally different here because we got to build these individuals into battle rappers now. So that's been like the biggest difference.
Yeah. Can you explain some of the challenges of building a battle rapper / building the scene here in Huntsville?
So we get people who come into the league that just want to rap. You know what I'm saying? They come in already being rappers.
Yeah.
And understanding the difference in battle rap and over a beat rap is two totally different things. I was lucky though. I can say that I got lucky. My first 7 or 8 was really a decent start for a battle rap league. They kind of had a gist and understanding of battle rap. They've watched it at one time or another. And they did pretty well to be starter battle rappers.
Yeah.
So I got lucky with that, but it's still building to this point. We only been at it for like 9 months now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, it's a lot of that, like a lot of them, it's their first time battle rapping still. So it's challenges in helping them stay grounded because we flourished like quick. So keeping them grounded and understanding like, yeah, y'all battle rappers now, but you're not at that next level yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then coming down to do the open bar, you know what I'm saying, to bring new folks in and help them develop themselves as battle rappers.
Right.
To be able to move up to this next stage and then, you know, on and on. But building these battle rappers, it's been a journey. It's been different.
Yeah.
It's been different, but I love it though.
Got you. Can you explain some of the pros and cons of starting your own battle league?
So some of the pros is in Huntsville being the only one, you know, league here is one of the pros for me. You know, we don't have a lot of competition around. Everybody trying to do it. It ain't watered down or washed out.
Right.
Some of the cons are people standing on their word. It's kind of hard to put events on if you tell me you're gonna show up and then you don't show up.
Got you.
But you got somebody else who you were supposed to show up and rap against who spent all that time constructing their rounds and they there, you know. So that's one of the hardest ones. Just people being able to stand on their word.
Yeah.
Like I hate that part for real.
Yeah. What other cons do you think they are easy to turn into a positive or a pro? As in, like, you know, say, how can you get a person that is not standing on their word to be able to get them to? Is it all it has to deal with the person, or is there like any type of, I believe the word that I'm looking for is incentive of them trying to stand on their word?
So there's a lot of different things with that.
What the hell? Right.
We can say things like, realistically, if you paying people, you know, maybe that'll help them stand on what they say they're gonna stand on. But the fold in that is, I can pay you to come battle rap, but what have you done to deserve a check to come battle rap?
Right.
At this point, you see what I'm saying? Other things are, and I don't even, that's really a stance, but I don't stand on it like that.
Right.
If you're over here on that next level stage, you are, no matter what you've done, you got a chance to get paid.
Right.
You know, you sell tickets, I give you half of the money of the tickets you sell. Like I split it straight down the middle with you. And that don't matter, you know what I'm saying? If you good or not good. If
Right.
you make it to this stage and you sell tickets, you get paid.
Gotcha.
So that's one thing that can kind of help them. I would say, you would think, to help people stand on their word.
Right.
Another thing is treat people how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a man at the end of the day. I'm a man at the end of the day. I don't really take the time to disrespect you or talk to you crazy because
Right.
you didn't show up or you not doing something that I feel like you should be doing. I think respect go a long way in the game.
Right.
So those are a couple of things that I think, you know, can kind of turn those cons into pros.
Gotcha.
You know.
So where do you see yourself and the league in the next 5 to 10 years?
Realistically, hopefully one of the bigger, well, I'm not even gonna say one of the bigger because we already one of the bigger leagues in the southern region fast, but hopefully one of the bigger platforms, period, worldwide, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? We bring a lot of big name battle rappers in, you know what I'm saying? We getting a lot of notoriety for it. So 5 to 10, I ain't gonna say we'll be on smack level, but you know, shit, that's a goal.
Right. Now, with the huge success of the last event, what is the next step going forward?
Deuces Wild. Yeah, man, that was one. That was one of them ones.
I was there in attendance, and let me tell you, like, I have questions later dealing with that personally, but like, that overall the energy was absolutely crazy. Like it was
different.
It was very different. Like we've talked off camera, you know, I've been to the battles since, I believe you said it was the first one at the foundation.
Yeah.
And this is probably what, number 4 or 5?
At the yep, just the 4th one. Deuces Wild was the 4th one.
Got you. Yeah, so even then, from that, majorly different. But like, how do you think it can expand even further?
Really staying on track, staying focused, and keep kind of doing what we've been doing. Like I said, we came a long way fast. So I'm really kind of building a team right now because it kind of get a little overwhelming for one person. So we putting the team together, and I think long as the team can really expound on the things that I need them to, you know, do, we'll continue to grow in a major way.
So what goes into organizing such a successful event?
Booking battle rappers, reaching out to talent, reaching out to judges, because all of our battles are judged, reaching out to venues, reaching out to security, making sure folks got their rounds, staying on top of artists, like periodically leading up to the events, making sure everybody on the team is, you know, kind of taking part and doing their part. It's a lot go into setting one of these events up to be successful. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anybody can put an event on. That don't necessarily mean it's gonna be successful.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, I agree. Now, one thing that I noticed with Deuces Wild that I didn't notice with the other battles is the crowd was a lot more engaging. But do you think, A, that it was too engaging to where we had to settle them down too much to where the artists could get their rounds off, or do you think that much excitement is what makes the event even better?
I think it makes the event better.
Okay.
I don't never feel like the crowd is the crowd. You know, with the crowd, it's like that night the crowd was like extra nice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They gave a lot to a lot of the people. You know what I'm saying? Which is a beautiful thing, though. You know what I'm saying? If they had great bars, I expect for you to react.
Right.
That's part of it. I don't never think it's too much reaction and you gotta calm the crowd down.
Right.
I think that definitely make the event a lot better.
Got you.
Yeah.
So what do you think the toughest moment that you had with this event?
The cancellations.
Got you.
We've had 11 battles set for that card. I think we wound up putting on 7 or 8.
So that's 4 or 3
Yeah, like,
that cancellation?
No, it was 5 that canceled, but in like a 2-week span, I was able to replace one of them. So we
Got you.
did 8 battles out the 11. But
Got you.
The cancellations was the hardest thing. It's more so the ones that don't call you and say they ain't coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know, but we had a couple of those that night, but other than that,
Yeah.
it was all right.
Now, here we're going to switch to a more personal thing, as in, like, I want you to tell me your top 5 battle rappers of all time. And then I want you to give the top 5 of B.O.B. that have whether came or gone.
Okay. Top 5 of all time. I would say Daylight,
I love Daylight.
Rum Nitty, B Magic. What's that, 3?
Mm-hmm.
B Dot. The last one kind of tricky. It either be Geechee or JC, either one.
Got you.
Yeah.
I like Geechee a lot.
Yeah.
Now, what about the B.O.B. side of things?
Top 5 B.O.B.
Mm-hmm.
Fever, Low, D-Rain, Sway, and Lee.
Got you. Now, what is the top 5 battles of all time, in your opinion?
Like that B-Dot versus Oops. Like that B-Magic versus Chilla Jones. I can't remember who Daylight was battling when he hit him with the, you get the open hand fist or the dude.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Crazy.
Wild.
Crazy. Like, that was like the bar of the year.
Yeah.
And it was simple, but yeah, whatever battle that was one of those. The Hitman Holler versus Averb. And then probably, I would say the Jazz versus Official.
Jazz versus Official. I don't think I've watched that one. I've seen all the other
Crazy.
ones. And now, the Daylight one, is that the same one where he goes the na 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 na?
Put the 5 on both sides of your face. Yeah.
That was absolutely
Crazy.
wild. I'm like one of my personal favorites here recently has been Osolo. And I've been seeing all his stuff on TikTok, but he had the bar where he did the Scooby-Doo rhyme scheme. Like that was up there with that, in my opinion, because it's like, I'm not gonna say it's basic because it's not, but it's like the simplicity of it and the comedic effect of it was like absolutely crazy.
You know, the crazy part about that is, I tell a lot of the battle rappers, it can be simple and creative.
Right.
And have the most impact you've ever seen in your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything doesn't have to be so intricate and overhead. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the simplest thing that'll catch in the room and go crazy.
Right.
You know.
Now, what is your personal favorite battle rapper and why? Like the number one.
personal favorite. Oops.
Gotcha.
Oops is my personal favorite for a few reasons. One reason is that back when I was doing music, we used to rock them same stages. Also, what I know he's done for St. Louis, in politics and out of politics, in the streets, all of that. And the way he battle rap, like it's different. It's different. And then lastly, man, I know I can call that man and get him on the platform whenever we need. And he's not, though he's a legend, he don't carry himself with that bougie uppy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The arrogance of
so,
knowing you're great.
You can actually call him and have a conversation or get him out here. So just for those few reasons alone, man, that gotta be my favorite battle rapper.
Now let's talk about open bar a little bit. I'm kind of freestyling because I didn't add this in here. Open bar, I know that is a section, like you said, that you are trying to build a battle rapper. What was the creative thought behind that?
So by our, I want to say, 5th event, we started getting a lot of calls, people wanting to join, people want to come over. So I pretty much was just like, well, we need to do something where we can kind of see what they can do before we put them on
the actual stage.
Yeah. So I hollered at Lloyd and Fever and Mono, and I pretty much passed that to them like, hey, let's start this segment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then everybody who wants to join and come in, they got to go through this first.
Right.
If they excel in this, then we can move them up to the next stage. If not, then we just develop them down here until they can move up to the next stage. So.
Gotcha. Now, how do you think this is going to be different than the back room of the barbershop where I saw, Poltergeist versus Leak? Now, since I'm in it as well, we're not in that back room no more. We're actually on a stage and things of that nature.
So part of that is just what we was talking about earlier. It's forever growing.
Got you.
I ain't gonna lie. If it was left up to me, y'all would be outside getting it out the mud like we had to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the part of having a team. They like, well, nah, we ain't gonna give them everything we give the main stage, but let's give them a little feel. So
right.
I'm in total agreement with it. So, we wind up, we'll go from the barbershop to y'all got a whole club and stage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a different feel. And I agree with it because I feel like that helps with you all's morale. You know what I'm saying? We ain't on the corner battling and, I ain't got to pay nothing for it. And, which is how I would rather have it.
Yeah.
But I think for you all to experience kind of the feel of what they feel on the main stage. You know what I'm saying? I think that kind of helps motivate you all to keep pushing and have a visual and understand that, like, well, I can get to that stage. And from that stage, I can get to the next, So I think it helps a lot.
Yeah, because I will say, like, the barbershop, I don't know whether it was just because we were on flat ground or what, but then, like, when we moved to the Foxhole and I stepped up on the stage, I'm like, all right, well, now I'm a little bit elevated than everybody, no pun intended, but it's like, now I know I'm on stage. I'm not walking on a flat surface, like I'm up here. That, and I feel like the person I was battling ended up like you being able to use their phone, so that psychologically messed me up to where I'm like, oh, well, now everything that I'm gonna say is not gonna hit as different or as hard because they have a crutch. And I think that's one of the main reasons why I messed up so much, but also it's like I'm still figuring out, whether it was just me overthinking the situation or it's like did I have too much anxiety because it was an actual stage and I was...
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Right.
Do you really think it was, it was the fact that it was your first time on a stage,
Mm-hmm.
or was it the fact that you kind of overthunk it?
I think it was a little bit of both, because like, I mean, I've held music events where I'm here and we had a stage, or when we did A&M, we had a stage.
Right.
So I don't think it's the necessarily stepping up on stage, but it's also like, now it's realizing, this is, for one, something I've never done, and then two, of the anxiety of it, of like, dang, now I'm here, now I'm on stage, now it's my turn,
And I think I tell a lot of the battle rappers, even though, like you said, you've been on stage to do like music, I tell a lot of them it's different. Like a battle rap stage,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how many stages you've touched.
Yeah.
You can do Coachella, you know what I'm saying? But when you come to a battle rap stage, it's totally different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When the lights come on and it can only be 10 people in the crowd looking at you. You know what I'm saying? But the feel is different, because this is not you. You got a song that you've rehearsed over and over again.
And then you have the crutch of the beat.
You know what I mean? This ain't that, because now you got somebody in front of you that you got to rap to.
Right.
And they trying to kill you on this stage. You know what I'm saying? So the difference in just a regular performance and a battle rap performance, it's way different.
Yeah.
So, I feel it.
Now, how many battles do you think it would take for a person to feel comfortable? Like, is it based off the person?
It is.
Okay.
It definitely is. Let me see. First ever preliminary, I think. So we brought some people in, and on their first showing, you know what I'm saying, was able to hop straight out of that into the main stage. We've brought people in who we gave them a shot on the main stage, and it wasn't there, so we had to bring them to the open bar.
Right.
So it solely depends on the person.
Gotcha.
However fast you kind of get acclimated and get comfortable is kind of the progression of your career in battle
Gotcha.
rap. So, but I will tell you this: take your time. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about how fast can I get to that stage.
Right.
Don't worry about that stage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Be the best you can be on the open bar, and then when it's time, I'll definitely come and grab you and pull you to the next stage. And
Right.
And not just speaking you, but anybody.
Yeah, understood.
You gotta master where you at first. You know what I'm saying? Then we can move on to the next level.
Gotcha.
And I think and that for me, that's why I didn't kind of want to get into the giving the open bar, the club, and the stage and all of that, because then I feel like artists will look towards that up here,
The bigger stage.
yeah, and be like, oh yeah, we need to. Nah, don't do that. Don't
Gotcha.
do that. Just chill where you at. Get good here.
Yeah.
And when it's time, we'll get you over there.
Got you. Now, how do you see battle rap evolving into the next decade?
To be honest with you, I don't know. Battle rap is in a tricky place right now. You got like UW, which is Arsenal's league, shut down. You got ARP, RBE, shut down. You got Bullpen, which is John the Don league, just shut down.
As in they're not doing it anymore?
It's over, yeah. Then you have Smack, who kind of went over to the app. You know what I mean? So you can't even get those battles on YouTube unless
Right.
you go give Smack $8 a month. And it's in a tricky place.
Right.
If the artists don't kind of humble themselves, these bigger artists, if they don't humble themselves, battle rap can die. You know what I mean? But what I've been seeing lately is it's gonna be the smaller leagues like us that keep it alive. You know what I'm saying? Like with all of those bigger platforms kind of shutting the doors, it opened the door for us to move up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So battle rap in the next decade can either it's gonna die out or we gonna keep it alive. You know what I'm saying? But only time will tell you.
Right. Now, your league is the first league that I personally have seen that has judges there at the battle, and they decide at the battle who wins or lose. First, what's your thought process of doing that? Is that like an innovative thing? And then two, do you think that can help or hurt the platform in general?
Not really innovative. I've seen judges in battles before.
Okay.
I think us having a judge for every battle is different from, you know, the rest. I don't think it hurts us at all. I think it basically, so with the judging, if you just say you on a platform and he on a platform and y'all battle for $500, we don't have to worry about, oh, well, your man said you won, his man said he won,
right.
Now we just at a standstill about $500.
Right.
No matter what happens, whatever that judge say, that's who won, you know what I'm saying? In the room. Now on the internet, it's still, I think the judges even help with that.
Right.
Because they gonna argue the judge's judgment.
Right.
You know, so it still piques the interest, it's still giving you something to talk about. So
right.
Yeah, I think the judge is a great situation in battle rap.
So what's next for your league and how can people support it?
Supporting wise and show up. You know what I'm saying? As I kind of move around out here in Huntsville, you know, I hear a lot of, oh yeah, we heard. Well, show up. Show up. You know what I'm saying? I heard about Barz Over. Show up. We have an event every other month. And if you out of town and you heard about it, we do a live stream. Get the live stream. You know what I'm saying? So that's really it on the supporting end of it. You know, show up. Ain't no better support than you being in the building and really feeling it for yourself.
Right.
It's one thing to see it on YouTube. Whole different feeling when you get in that building.
Yeah, because I can contest to that because watching it on, you know, online, it was, you know, I appreciated it, but once I was in the room while it was happening and literally the energy, I never felt the energy watching the battle as I did being in the building and watching the battle. Like I just went back and rewatched some of Deuces Wild that you already posted, and I'm like, I can see how visually it looks different, but in the room, oh my gosh, like it was literally insane. Like
yeah, it's definitely a feeling, but that feeling can be tricky sometimes too, because you can do. It's electrifying when you're in the building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The adrenaline going, you see it happening real time. And then when it get on film, you go back and look and be like, damn, I missed that. Like, don't look the same. You know what I'm saying? You can think, just say Bad News versus Baby James. In the building, it felt like Bad News washed them.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But on playback, it looked like Baby James actually won the battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference in being in the building, man. It's just a whole different feel.
Yeah. Now, any final words for any up and coming battle rappers? Oh, sorry, my bad. All right, cool. Do you have any final words for any up and coming battle rappers or league owners?
Battle rappers. you're in Huntsville, Alabama, or surrounding areas, tap
B.O.B.
into Barz Over Bullshhh. You dig? But no, for real, any battle rapper anywhere, take pride in your craft. Definitely take it serious. Put the time in, and you'll get out of it whatever you want to get out of it. Stand on your word. If you tell a league owner you're gonna be there, be there. Make it make sense, because battle rap can make sense for y'all. I promise it can. For the league owners, listen, you gotta treat these guys with respect. You know what I'm saying? Put on the best events possible. I know it's hard trying to really get these sponsors and all of that, but everything counts as a league owner. Every small detail counts. So the more you put into it, the more you get out.
All right. That's a wrap.